Let's tune into the video, y'all, and see what's going on in the streets of New York.
Talk about several of the 6 migrant squatters released without bail on gun and drug charges. They are now back behind bars. 3 were taken into custody by ICE agents in the Norwood section of the Bronx yesterday. That was a surprise. Authorities say they were part of a heavily armed group of migrants allegedly selling drugs after taking over this multi-family house. They were squatting there despite the landlord trying to get them out.
Yes, I got you.
8 were arrested last week. The DA's office was asking for bail, but 6 were set free on supervised release by a judge, while the other 2 were being held arrest. I sat down with the NYPD Chief of Patrol, John Schell, to discuss this situation.
Not only are migrants using their squatter rights, but they're using their squatter rights and bringing drug into the communities. Yay! Oh my God. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can it get worse? Have we seen the final boss here? Is this what it all comes to? Is this what every migrant with a bad background coming to the United States is going to do? Is going to put into our streets? Is this what we're looking forward to? They said they squatting in Silicon Valley too, Paul. Are you serious? Are you serious? Hopefully they don't got the drugs over there. Hopefully. But let's continue.
A sergeant and 2 cops pull up to this house. They see a man pointing a gun down a driveway. They chase that man into a basement apartment, and they make the arrest. That man was out on an attempted murder from Yonkers months prior, and he's an asylum seeker. He's a migrant. In that melee, if you will, there was 7 other people in the house. Guns, drugs in the house, ketamine, children in the house. And according to the landlord, they haven't paid the rents in months. Here we are the same week that we're burying one of our officers doing this same thing.
So after this arrest,
Shout outs for the police for letting criminals back onto the street. Yay! This is extremely sad, y'all. Extremely sad. Not only do we have violent and terrible and chaotic criminals coming to the United States, flooding the streets with drugs and whatever else they want to, they're using the squatter rights. They're not paying rent for months. They got guns next to kids, drugs next to kids, and they even attempting to murder people. And they're out here walking on the streets nice and freely, nice and proudly. No respect for the law, no respect for the land, no respect for Americans. But this is what we're dealing with in New York. This is the sad truth. This is the sad situation that we got ourselves into this year, y'all. And I don't want to blame it on just, the governors. I don't want to blame it on just the mayors. I don't want to just blame it on the president. It's a system that has been in place for a while now that has not been checked up on, and it has not been corrected since it was put into place. Trump says it best. While he was president, he did have the most secure border. But at the same time, although he had the secure border, people were still getting in freely. People were still doing what they wanted to do when it came to coming in seeking asylum. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're at the border or if they catch a plane, they will find a way to get here and they will find a way to stay here. And again, I don't blame them. I don't blame them because we all know the United States is one of the best places to live in this entire world. It's one of the best. It's one of the best. We have the best healthcare systems. We have the best schools. We have the best army. I don't blame them for wanting to be here. But it's these bad apples that are making it look so bad for every single migrant coming in here. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's kind of reminding me of like how there's a certain percentage of the black community that is so bad that it makes a lot of us look terrible. It's kind of the same situation. And it doesn't. I'm not gonna be here and say that. I'm not gonna say that all migrants are bad, but the little bit of migrants that mess things up for the good migrants, it outshines all the good migrants. It outshines that little tiny 1% of criminals that are coming from Venezuela and Ecuador and all these gangs that have been released. It's messing it up for the good migrants. It's messing it up. It's a sad situation, a sad place that we're living in right now, but let's continue and see what's going on.
Where are they now?
6 of 8 were released on their own recognizance or supervised release, which we don't know what supervised release even means, to be honest with you.
Well, now some of them have been arrested by ICE. ICE came in. Now, usually NYPD cannot, because we're a sanctuary city, cannot notify ICE. But, you know, it was the front page of the New York Post yesterday. ICE didn't need any notification. Anyway, this is happening in our city right now. These guys.
Let me know how you guys feel about that video down in the comments below.